Good morning. Welcome to the morning chat, vacation edition. So, as you can see, I am back home. This is the last day of my vacation, like time I took off from work. So, yeah, I'm doing end of the vacation morning chat. And of course, it's going to be a mukbang because I'm at the age, right? I got to be having breakfast and taking medications. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. That's why we eating and talking at the same time. I want to do a last day talk about coming off of vacation when the vacation's over. I had a very difficult time mentally, emotionally leaving Vegas because one, I didn't get to do everything that I wanted to do, but I also did not want to get back to life, back to reality. I was not trying to get back to life. I'm going to be honest with you. Back to work, back to lease agreements, back to pushing paper and having to be at a place at a certain time and gotta can't go over this amount of time, but they want all this work done, you know, type of situation. And I can use a couple of days now. On the way back, I'm glad that I did not only take off the days that I was traveling, but I took a day off during the week. I mean, if I was going to be in Vegas from Monday to Thursday and returning on Thursday, what would be the purpose of me coming to work on a Friday? The young me would have still tried to make it to work, or would have only did it for the days that I had off. But the older me say, like, girl, you know you need at least 3 days to recover from a vacation, because you're getting back to life. Especially, I do suggest you do this. Listen to your auntie. If you have a 3 day cruise, okay, and it's leaving out of Miami, so you're leaving on a Monday, take that. If you work on a Sunday, make sure you don't go to work on Sunday, okay? Because you're going to need that time to get to the airport, all that. Don't try to work on the day that you're leaving, okay? Unless you're unless you work, just don't do it. Because I thought about it. If you work really early and you leave really late at night, like if you work from from 3 o'clock in the morning to 7 in the morning, and you don't leave out until 6 in the evening of that day. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to go on your vacation tuckered out because you didn't work and then you tried to get a little bit of sleep before you have to actually leave to catch the plane. Don't do it unless you have your private plane. Of course, if I'm pretty sure the majority of you do not have your own private plane. There may be a lot of you that have the clear pass so that you can kind of bypass the TSA and go into the shorter line and go straight to your plane or wherever you're going. But the average person isn't going through that because they don't travel that much. Um, so the average person I'm speaking to don't work the same day that you're supposed to be traveling. Whether you're driving, whether you're flying, taking a train, taking a bus, don't do it. If you're flying, you got to get there a couple of hours before, go through TSA, find your gate, you know, and be ready because they usually board most planes about 45 minutes prior to takeoff, at the very least. You know what I'm saying? So, that part. But I also suggest that you take off, if you're going like I did, from Monday to Thursday, you're flying back on Thursday, take that Friday off, or come back on a Friday so that you have Saturday and Sunday off if you work Monday through Friday. If you're, 9 to 5 or like myself, take off that Friday. If you're coming back on that, do not only take off the times that you're going to be out of town and then have to go back to work the next day. Maybe as a younger person, y'all adapt quickly, but as you get older, you will appreciate the day to recover from the day or a couple of days that you took off. If you're gone Monday through Wednesday and you'll be back on Wednesday, take off Thursday and Friday because you're not going to be ready to come back to work. Hell, I had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's now Sunday, and I'm not ready to go back to work. I'm not ready. But I am tomorrow. Unless an emergency happens, I'm going to take off on, I'm going to go on to work on Monday because I also have a pattern of taking a day off that I'm supposed to come back just because I wasn't ready. I also I also had the bright idea of taking that off, but I don't want my employer to see any type of pattern, even though I have the hours to do it. I just, people be waiting for people to come back. I can't wait for this person to come back, and then that person takes off. I just know the feeling too, as a I know the feeling as a employee or teammate, and we might have been swamped while they were gone, or it was just a little more difficult because um, we're only down to a certain number of people, and we are patiently waiting for that person to come back, and then they take off because when COVID was heavy, COVID, people use that excuse. Well, you know what? I won't say they use that excuse because either they had it or they didn't. I'm gonna choose to believe them because when I said that, it says like, I don't believe you really had COVID. You just took off and used your COVID time. And if they did, I can't be mad at them. They used their time wisely. you know. Um. but yeah, definitely take days off or arrange your vacation to be for the times that you're going to be off. You know how your employer works, or if you work for yourself, what time you need to kind of get back to the nitty gritty. People who work for themselves, pretty much, it's like as soon as they touch down, they probably never stop working, like myself, because I also do this. So I still work. I still on my vacation, and that is the plight of working for yourself. Two, another thing. is when you work for yourself, you really, all vacations are work vacations. They still film their vacation. Ooh, we went here. Because that's content. You know what I'm saying? You can't take a day off. I mean, you can actually. If you have supporters and not followers. Followers will leave you if you do a week without doing any type of content. Supporters will come back to you. But you have to kind of be ready for it because I realized that on YouTube, here on YouTube, there's some people that were content creating like nobody's business in 2017 and 18 because they have something to talk about. But they only did it to talk about a specific subject. And they built a following only for them to, like, end up, real talk, bullied off of YouTube. Which is hard for me. Not that I don't see it. I'm just saying it's difficult for me to understand it's difficult for me to understand when you're an adult. You know? It's difficult for me to understand when you're an adult. I mean, if the person is, okay, they could talk about you on their show. So now more people are going to come over to your show because this person is talking about you. Or they're going to, you can just block them from being, once you realize who they are, just block themselves. But at any rate, but some people didn't get, some people I feel like they got bullied, like it just became too much, especially if they're empath or introvert. And though a lot of people said to me that I'm so proud of you for being so open to be able to do a show like this. But I guess I'm not that much of an introvert because I don't see this as, people are going to see it. And I expect people to see it and I want more people to tune into my show, but it's not like I'm sitting in front of a crowd of people responding. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to call security to get some what do they call not a hacker, but not a haggler. You know who I'm talking about, the people in the audience that is heckling. It's not like I have someone heckling me at a conference. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to call security. I don't have to be concerned about my safety too much because I'm on this side of the camera. I mean, I do because people know what I look like. And when I get big, I will have to be a little more cautious. Like even when I went on vacation, still talking about the end of vacation, or even being on vacation, you got to be careful about posting, oh, I'm on vacation here. I am. I'm at this place. You know what I'm saying? I kind of broke my rule because I did a lot of reels on Tuesday. I did a lot of reels. I mean, for me, it's a lot of reels I did on Tuesday from my hotel room. Stating that I'm on vacation, which is not a good thing. I wouldn't suggest that for safety reasons, especially now if you live with someone else, like you have a roommate or you're renting a room from someone, And be careful about that too, because your roommate should know that you're leaving. Like, see, I'm gone. So they won't be like trying to knock on your door. But if you're renting a room, I wouldn't say nothing to them because that might say, oh, they gone. I can get in their room and go through their stuff. More like if you have a roommate or you live with family or like you're going on a girls trip. If you're married, you're going on a girls trip. If you're married and you're a guy, you're going on a guys trip. Or you know what I'm saying? You know you have someone at the house. You probably could do it. It's like someone's there. So it's like I'm not leaving my house unattended. No one's there. No one's going to be there. Or you live in a situation where you know that your home is secured, like a gated community. There's no one should be coming in here. You could tell the gate, or the condo associate. Well, not the condo, but if you have gate people, look, I'm gonna be on vacation, so there should be no one coming to my home. I don't have anyone coming to my home. If someone comes to this gate and they ask for me, say that I am not available. She's not accepting guests. Because that'd be a lot. You know what I'm saying? But if you have someone that stays there or your kids are still there, you got adult kids that live with you, or you just have people that you trust that's there, or you have someone house sitting, then feel free. Go out there. Say, I'm in Honolulu or wherever your vacation. Say that. You know, you can say that then because you know you have someone there. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're the security, then maybe you might want to. No, I mean, if you're security for that place, people say, "Oh, he gone. Oh, I'm good." No, know that I put someone just as secure in my place to protect my place, just as secure as I am. So you come over here, you might have more problems because the person don't know you. Excuse me. I got my iron pills, so I got some over the counter pills. My doctor suggested that because the one she was prescribing me was causing my lips to swell. I was having an allergic reaction to that iron pill. So I'm gonna get my iron up. So I just realized I just crunch all in your SMR, SM whatever R, SMR, whatever it is. But yeah, so I would suggest not doing that. But outside of that, it's very hard to go back to work tomorrow. I don't want to. Not that I don't like my job, I just don't want to get back to the hustle bustle. I don't. I honestly, I wanted them to miss me, but at the same time, I also did not want. I do not want. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Here's your work. You know, the purpose of having a team is to be able to cover the work that I do. You know what I'm saying? When I am on vacation, I take that very seriously. When someone else is on vacation, when they come back, I don't just be handing their stuff back. Like I don't really like that. It's like I like to see all of these cars that I've contacted or all these people that I've contacted at my job. If I started it, I'd like to see it to its end to ensure that it's, you know what I'm saying? Unless it was like, oh, today she's out, so I'm going to handle this, but I'm putting it back on your desk. I mean, even then, if I'm going to start doing their work, I might, when they get back, you just take on whatever you take on. That's my ideal. Okay, so if Gina was handling my work for this past week, okay, and she got some work for me on Friday, right? I feel like Gina should keep, you got that, the new stuff that's coming in, I got that. Okay? Because you've already contacted that person. The person's going to respond back to you. You have that, you understand what I'm saying? Unless it's like, oh, I have three more. I'm expecting three other things from you all. Hold this, then give it to me. So when it does come in, I'll have it. But if you had it, you contact this person, they said ship it, you should be shipping it. You know what I'm saying? You should see it to the end, unless this end is going to be continued into when you got back. I do that. That's the way I think when I do work. I don't feel like I have coworkers that of that caliber. Okay. Especially if they've been swamped while I was out, they'll be just like, here's your stuff. I will forward you if they come or they do this or do that or whatever. Okay. Also, the thing that I don't look forward to is I feel like if you take a vacation and when you come back from vacation, especially if it was hard, it seems as if, or if you take off on a Friday, right? Because you were sick or whatever the situation is, I feel like coworkers take off. Some I've noticed. Seems like when I get back, the next day they gone. You know, I said, oh, why'd you do that? You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's like that. And it may be like that. And I can kind of get it, especially if they were swamped. You're back. Okay, you take on some of this. I'm going to take a break. It's like I kind of tap them out. So when I think about it like that, I get it. You know, I get it. I get it. Especially if I was out during a very, very heavy moment. And I can say that this time, my case, one of the cases, which was given to someone else, thank you, Jesus, because they were amping up. My problem is when they stop amping up. How is, and the person who trained this person on these people, I don't think they know how to. There's certain things that this person trained them on that they don't even know how to do. They don't know how to get, or where do you find this case? I don't understand. But AKARA always did it. So why would you give that to? Anyway, I'm sorry. This is the morning chat where I tell you what's on my mind in the morning time. So this is what goes on in my head. I be thinking here and I go off on the trail. But I don't look forward to that, but I also look forward to that check. So guess what? Um, I have bills that needs to be paid, and right now that is the source in which I'll be getting my resources to make sure bills are paid. Catch up on some bills because I did do something that I don't suggest anyone do is I didn't pay payments, you know, in order to go on this vacation. Now, that's the done in extreme circumstances where if you haven't, you know, it was just a crazy thing because I was expecting to my last day at my job to have been back in June. So I was preparing there's some things I knew I was going to give up in order to pursue what I wanted at that time in my life. And I was preparing my finances. So I knew I was going to get some collector calls and stuff like that. And then the opportunity presented itself for me to stay longer. And it was just a whole thing. But because of the work that I do, it can be stressful. And I was going to try to hold off on vacation until September, but things just got, it's like, I cannot do this without taking vacation. I cannot. I cannot do it. I haven't been on a get on a plane, fly out to somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, in 3 years. Yeah. No, 2 years. 2 years. I've driven to see family. I don't consider that vacation. Um, but I have not been on a plane where I got me a and have a hotel and I'm going to see places and do things in a whole nother state where it is built for tourists, you know, like Vegas. Atlanta's a major city, but it's not really a tourist city. But Las Vegas is, Miami is, um, Florida, in three major places, I would say is built for tour. Orlando, Miami, and I want to say Palm. It's not Palm Springs. It's Destin. I want to say Destin, Florida, where the people come there specifically as tourists to vacation. Tennessee, Nashville. No, Nashville is a city that has good music, country music. Nashville, Hitsville, all that's there. But like certain parts of Gatlinburg, that is tourist. That's a tourist city. Okay, people go there, get cabins, go skiing. They drink moonshine. They go, that's a tourist city. I'm pretty sure there's somewhere in Colorado, tourist city. Um, but Atlanta isn't a tourist city. People come here. Um, I mean, there's things to do. Like people come here because there's things to do here. It is not a vacation spot. I don't see people like I'm gonna go and visit Decatur and East Atlanta, and I'm gonna go. Definitely, I've got to go to Stone Mountain. Like nobody comes here to visit. Maybe Savannah, but I don't know. I haven't been to Savannah. It gives me haunted vibes, I guess, because maybe I saw a show about Savannah being haunted. But anyway, but yeah, I'm still not ready to go back. I had a long trip back with American Airlines. At this point, they are they're down there with United. I didn't know that they were still in business, but I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been on a United flight, but it's like you got the low grade um airlines like Spirit, Frontier. I don't know. I want to say JetBlue is a part of that, but I think that they make it into the second tier airlines that you would fly, but they better than Frontier and Spirit. Okay, and that would be JetBlue, Southwest. I heard that they're pretty okay, and they have really good prices. American is in that second tier, and if you ask me, in my experience, I've had them. I've flown them internationally. They've been okay. They've been, got me there. But as far as service, they are like, if the second tier starts with, it would start with American because they were a little bit more ruder. They like, they're like Spirit Airline workers that got an opportunity to work at a better airline. Okay, they came over to American, and they have a little more couth But they will, like, nigga, I used to work for Spirit. Okay, I'll tell you how a TIT is if you want me to. Okay, but they got a little Chick-fil-A or McDonald's training, and they know how to kind of, but they could go there. Their planes were light, both planes. The one that I got to the airport on time from Vegas. The plane was delayed because of weather from where they were coming from. Okay, it's delayed. So how is this going to affect my next connector flight? I might make it if they're only 5 minutes late. But if they're a whole hour late, which they were, okay, that made me miss my plane. They said on the website you can change this because this is being delayed and you have a connect, you can change your flight. But when I went to do it, they said you can't do it online. Like, so I took the flight hoping that maybe I could, it was in the same gate. When they landed literally, they got us off the plane 10 minutes before the next flight left. So I missed the plane. And not only that, is this the plane that I was on landed in and went to gate C. I need to go all the way to A to catch the plane to Atlanta. I could complain about it, but I feel like everything for a reason. I wasn't really ready to go back. I'm confused. Something felt like it stopped, but I hope that it didn't. That you heard everything. Um, I wouldn't complain because I kind of adopted I think an African family, a lady and her two sons. I helped them get to their gate and get their tickets redone, and help them get use their breakfast vouchers so that they could eat. Um, and just hung out with her all night because I had to spend all night in America. And I felt like that was the reason why I was there. And I was thankful that I was able to, I had already taken off Friday anyway. So it wasn't like I now have to figure out how to call in and tell them and that I won't be there. Kind of, it was different from my last time I went to Vegas in 2020, January of 2020, where I've done it a couple of times where I thought I need to be at the airport at one time, but the flight was actually later in the day. Thank God, it wasn't like, oh, you thought you was getting on the 3:10 p.m. flight that left at 3 a.m. You missed your flight. You got to get another flight. You understand what I'm saying? So, um, both times I've always saw it that I was getting up earlier and need to be at the airport earlier than it actually was supposed to be. So I ended up hanging out at the airport because I was there early. But so it wasn't nothing new, it wasn't a horrible thing. My plane left out first thing in the morning. So, well, first thing coming to Atlanta in the morning, so it wasn't bad. I was just stuck. I was stuck in Dallas Airport, Dallas Fort Worth Airport, for 12 hours, less than 12, about 10 hours. I was there. It's not a major thing. Got here, um, took the MARTA, got home, and immediately unpacked, washed my clothes, because I feel like if I sat down and did anything else, I still have my clothes in it. So while I was feeling it and thinking it, just go ahead, put my clothes in the washer, wash my clothes, put them up, empty out my bag and put it back where it's supposed to be. I immediately did that. Took a shower because I was in the airport. I was dressed, ready to come straight back. So the only thing I would say about this trip, there's certain warnings, and we're going to end it here because I went over my time. One, always take off the day before you travel or the day of your travel. Do not try to work. Two, take off a day or two after you get back so that you can reacclimate and get back to life. Three, try new things, try a new hotel, and pray for the best. I worked out for me. Three, what I didn't tell y'all about, and you will see in the wrap up video that I do, is the sweeties, don't go to a dispensary on the strip. They're gypping you. Go to one that's off the strip. I would say the same thing about anything that you're buying that you would buy here, like, or at your home. If you're going to get liquor, go off the strip. Okay? And for God's sake, don't ever, unless it's your only option, buy liquor at the hotel and casino that you're staying at. It is going to be crazy dumb prices. Unless even showing off don't make no sense for you to do that. Okay, go off the strip. There's side strips like Flamingo and Koval that is right off the strip that you can go and find liquor stores. You can go over to Sammy Davis and I can't remember the street. Go to Planet 13 or Reefs. They're off the strip, and their cannabis is real cannabis, and you have more options. But go ready to spend a grip, but you're not spending on the strip. If you go to a dispensary on the strip, you're going to pay a lot of money, but a lot of times it's not THC. I mean, if that's what you're trying to go to a real dispensary. Okay. Three, I would not, if you can at all else help it, get direct flights to Vegas and from Vegas. My connecting flight situation did not work out with American. Maybe it would have worked with Delta, but American is okay, but don't expect to get that. If you're used to Delta, don't expect to get that same service with American. They are right, but they know Delta. I'm gonna be honest with you. Delta is high up their tier. I should have stuck. In that case, I should have stuck with what I'm used to, and that was flying Delta. Even though in my experience, when I fly out of Vegas, it's not the best Delta plane. Um, but if you flew American one way to Vegas, fly it one way out. Maybe, if you're going out of the country, yeah, there's going to be connecting flight situations. So that's what it is. But, okay, but if you are flying local, domestically, man, find a flight one way there. One way there. Unless it's just you have no other option but to go outside and do a connecting flight. It's not cheaper, and you have a chance of missing your flight. And if you're trying to get back at a certain time, and you're not trying to spend extra money by staying in the city, you know what I'm saying? Because if I hadn't had that family, I might have decided to go to the hotel for a night to see what they had. They had a Hyatt, a Grand Hyatt there. No, I don't like Hyatt. You know, I've had bad experience at a Hyatt here in Georgia, so it kind of turned me off of Hyatt. But I might have stayed at night and seen what Dallas was hitting for. I would never move there. I'd be violating my DC um, origins. Sorry, I cannot do that. Anywhere else, Texas, but not Dallas. Just couldn't. But that's it. That's the little tips that I have, and the end result is I ain't ready to go back. But am I? I am. All right. Unless the Lord want to come back now. I didn't went on my vacation. You can come back now and come and get us. So that's all I have for you. I will see you tomorrow or Monday. I said tomorrow. I will see you on Monday. And the morning chat, as normal, will be on Instagram Live, and then I'll pre-record it for you, YouTube. So that's all I got for y'all. Y'all have a good one and have a great rest of your day. Remember, love yourself, love your neighbors, and stay authentic. Bye. Now get on out of here.